Go. I'm finding it hard to start. We were told at the welcome talk yesterday that this year would continue on from the past 2 years. We would be employing everything we'd learnt in year 1 and 2 and our professional placement. I don't know what I've been doing for 2 years, and my professional placement was half-baked at best. I don't want to feel like I'm starting from zero, but I do. I'm not at zero. I think too highly of myself for that to be true. Now I have skills, I'm just stuck on where to go. I haven't been thinking creatively all summer, maybe since even before then. I take photos to tide me over, but that's not enough. I don't want to have a whole third year based on photos. Perhaps it can be about image, but then I don't think I have any authority here. So then I should read Berger, which has been sitting on myself forever. I started reading Dante too, maybe that could lead to something. I think all I need to ask myself is, what do I really want to do? That's what Scott King would say. I want to make magazines, I want to direct, I want to realise visions that don't even necessarily need to be my own. I like the fantastical, I like the melding of reality and imaginary. Ronan told me about Jorge Luis Borges, who seemed to write short stories that might be helpful. I need to look at theory, philosophy, image and art. I need to surround myself with the weird and wonderful, but I want purpose within it. I need to consider my positions, I need to consider my opinions and how I can portray them. So maybe I can pull a surreal project out of my arse. I need to look back at the lecture from yesterday and listen in the lectures to come to fully understand what Goldsmith wants from me. This will help to inform a direction in which to take this potential fantastical project. Influences that come to mind right now are Toilet Paper Magazine, because that's always one of my influences, and Stephen King. Kubrick's The Shining is a great example of the melding of fantasy and reality. You are never really sure what's real. Do I have the imagination for this? Can I come up with a cohesive structure, including enough intricacies to make an interesting story? I don't know if my project can be a story. Perhaps it can tell one, but that is not enough. I want it to be multifaceted. It needs to be enough to fill up the whole year. I also need to go back into the past 2 years. I need to find out and put into words what I've learned. At the moment, all I really know is what Scott said to me. I want to chart my progress, to make conscious that which was subconscious. That will stop me from feeling like I'm just starting from scratch. I'm scared that I have lost creativity. I'm scared that it has all been a front, and I'm actually a lot more boring than I think. Anyway, that's no way to think before going into the third year of my design degree. I just need to relearn how to work through things. Having it in my mind at all times will help too. It's time to work. I think the first port of call is to look back at each project I've done at uni and then come up with something I learned from it. I also need to start this blog. These are the first 2 things I need to do before I start researching. As soon as I get my loan, I can buy a domain. I just need to work out how to make my files into a website. Once that is done, it's go time. Go Part 2. Looking back at my project seems to be working. Even looking back at the first project reminded me of different mediums that I used. It's reminded me of the importance of communication with my tutors in relevant research streams. I've also found a few more inspiration points to look at. I should look at Margella's Code video. It seemed eerie, but it also reminded me that I can use costume. I like fashion. I can put together an outfit. Guyana used it to make these weird, eerie moments in this film that I haven't even watched. It also reminded me of the Marine Serre face mask. I don't know what I could use something like that for, but I like it. I also found a Magnum photographer called Trent Park who warrants investigation. Perhaps contact also. I like his style, but also the little description spoke about fantasy and space. I like these things. Very good.